Hello, hello. It is Sara Waggle, astrologer and leadership coach here. I am retitling this to Wellness Astrology to be more in alignment and hopefully kind of give you a bit more guidance in my titles. And I'll still have the Star Trek Tarot, so don't panic. It's not going away. I'm just changing the title. But I feel like wellness astrology is more what I present. It's more where my focus is going, and all of that. It's my niche area. And so anyway, ironically, wellness astrology, you can tell in my voice, I have been under the weather for the last several days. I got home from vacation and the allergens just hit me like a rock. So we're going to get through this Moon and Aries video and probably a couple more. But yeah, I'm at the witching hour because I think the moon moves into Aries in like an hour. Been here before, don't really like being here, but that's just the way the world crumbles sometimes. Okay, so a couple of housekeeping things. Number one, thank you for the feedback. I've been getting some feedback from some people because I know a lot of people come and follow my content because they know me from the coaching universe. And I'm happy for that. But I also need your feedback because your feedback is helpful because I speak my language, but I don't speak your language. And I want to speak your language. So do feel free to give me feedback if something feels like it's not resonating. It's super helpful for me and all of that. Okay, so these regular daily videos, Wellness Astrology, Moon Astrology Tarot, whatever I title it, is for everyone, no matter what your sun sign or your moon sign or your rising sign. Why? Because we all have all 12 zodiac signs in our natal chart. So just because this moon is in Aries and you're like, well, I'm not an Aries moon, it doesn't matter. You're affected by the moon moving into Aries, whether it's a full moon or not. This happens to be a full moon. And so then when the moon moves into Taurus, for example, you're still available. You can still watch that video. It still is going to be applicable to you to a point. Um, just because it says it's in Taurus and you have no Taurus that you know of in your chart, you still have Taurus in your chart. Like I have Aries in my chart, but I don't have any planets there. And so, like most of you probably know, I'm a Aquarius sun, Scorpio moon, Scorpio rising, but I still have Aries in my chart somewhere, just like you do. So, there's that. So all of these regular daily wellness astrology videos are for everyone. And then when I make reference to the Libra season, sun and rising signs, those have all 12 zodiac signs in them. So if you aren't a Libra, but so you think, I can't watch that, I'm not a Libra. No, you can watch it because what it's referring to is that the sun is making its way, the transiting sun is moving through Libra, the sign of Libra. You have Libra somewhere in your chart. And so watching that video, and let's just say you're a Virgo sun and you're a Virgo sun, you can watch the Virgo forecast for Libra season. Okay. Hopefully that makes some sense. I want to really make an effort to break things down. Like I said, I know I have a lot of people who come and watch my content because they are from the coaching industry and they're super curious about astrology, but like where the hell to even start? And so I want to make an effort to really break it down so that you can understand how to follow my content. Okay, so for this full moon down below, you will find the link to the Libra season, sun and rising signs. In that video, I cover your signs forecast for this full moon. So if you want something more specific to your sign, if you know your sun sign, if you know your rising sign, if you don't know your rising sign, still go look at your sun sign and then book a reading with me for your sun, moon, and rising so I can tell you your rising sign. Because sometimes our sun sign doesn't make sense in our day-to-day life. Okay. It doesn't make it irrelevant. It just changes the perspective a bit. Okay. Also below, I did change the wording of the booking link. I changed it to consultations and I listed all of my currently available consultations, the newest one being the Wellness Astrology Consultation. And so it's a 2-session, 30-minute sessions, 4 weeks apart. I talk to you about what best exercise, nutrition, and body systems to be aware of according to your chart. This is not medical advice. It is me looking at your chart from a wellness perspective. Okay. Okay. And so also below, there is a disclaimer that nothing that I say is medical, legal, or financial advice. It is me looking at the charts and telling you what I see in the charts according to archetypes and characteristics of planets and zodiac signs. All right. Feel like that covers everything. All right. I do have water on hand because I knew this was going to be a thing. I have not talked a lot in the last 5 days. So thank you for bearing with me. Okay, so we are talking about this moon in Aries. This is a full moon in Aries right after a Libra eclipse from October 2nd. And this is also connected back to the total solar eclipse that we experienced on April 8th of this year. And while this is not an eclipse in Aries, it is still in Aries. It is conjunct Chiron, as was that eclipse in April 8th of 2024. So there's a lot going on. We've also sort of kicked open the door to what we might see next year with the Pisces lunar eclipse we experienced on September 17th of this year. So there's a lot of pieces parts going on here. You may feel like you're in a pressure cooker. And here's what I'm going to tell you about being in this pressure cooker. You are the way out of this pressure cooker, not the government, not anything, not astrology, not anything. I can tell you what I see in an astrology chart, but it is up to you to choose how to change the pressure cooker. Okay? If you're using an Instapot, you press off and you turn the dial and it releases the pressure, right? Okay, so let me pull up the chart. Let's take a look at it and we'll go from there. So give me 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, so here's the chart that we're dealing with. What we have here is our typical situation of a full moon. We have the sun in Libra opposite the moon in Aries. So already we have that axis going on. Aries and Libra are both cardinal signs. They initiate energy, right? Aries initiates spring, Libra initiates fall. But to add fuel to the fire, we have Mars in Cancer. Cancer initiates summer. We have Mars in Cancer. And then we have Pluto in Capricorn. Okay. Here's why I'm saying you're the way out, because you've been up to something. Something's been at you since probably 2008, if not your whole life, because we have Chiron in the mix. But Pluto's been in Capricorn since 2008. So we're dealing with something there. Okay. So whatever started in 2008 may be finishing. That could be your way out. Pluto is transformation. Okay. And it's transforming a shadow, something dark, maybe. Doesn't necessarily have to be. And then we have the moon conjunct Chiron within 3 degrees. Again, we're talking about something from perhaps April of this year that may be surfacing. Chiron is also our wounds, it's the wounded healer or the great teacher. So something's been potentially stirring for you for the last several years with Chiron in Aries. I actually don't know what year Chiron entered Aries, to be honest with you. But Chiron is the wounded healer. So there could be some lifelong wounds. Like maybe it's something that you grew up with as a child, you are now done with. And you're done looking at your past and saying, it's my parents, it's my guardians, it's my this, it's my that, it's the religion that I was raised in, it's the school that I went to, you can blame everything, or you can let it go and be done. Okay. We got Mars in Cancer. Okay, I did this the moon, the sun, and Mars in yellow, um, because Mars is not quite opposed Pluto just yet, but it'll happen in a couple of days, so it matters. But I mean, we're definitely feeling it either way. Mars in Cancer. Mars is at his least powerful position in Cancer. That doesn't mean that he doesn't have some digging going on. Um, because where are you not nurturing yourself, your family, your home, your career, your gifts, as in your clairs, your psychic potentials, your where are you not nurturing? Where do you need to do some housekeeping around that? And that could be you need to meditate, you need to um practice yoga, you need to learn how to do a new thing like Pilates or Qigong or something like that, or you need to go to the gym at all. Maybe you need to get outside and take a walk more. Okay. This could also be something as simple as you need to change something around your home, like maybe switching from coffee to tea, or switching from canned vegetables to frozen vegetables or fresh vegetables, whichever you prefer, whichever works for you, right? Maybe you need to switch to a different, um, new daytime or daily routine, or like morning routine or evening routine. Maybe that's got to switch up. Okay, that's Mars in Cancer. So it's digging up emotions around what you're kind of resisting changing or nurturing that you know you need to. Okay, the Sun in Libra. I've been dealing with this for the last month or so. Libra is balance, it's relationships, it's partnerships, it's relationships with everything, technology, social media, your job, your friends, your family, your partner, your spouse, your money, your tech. I said technology. But relationships with regard to astrology refers to you're in relationship with everything, right? Even back to my coaching training, relationship is with everything. Your relationship with journaling, your relationship with commitment, your relationship with whatever. Okay, and that's Libra, and it's balance, and it's your relationship with going outside and taking a walk. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Your way out of this pressure cooker is to release whatever is holding you back. And this goes for all of us. Okay. Maybe it's your resistance to learning astrology because you're like, oh, but my religion says I can't. Religious holidays are based on astrology. Anyway, um, okay. Then we have Venus coming in on a trine to, I believe, Neptune. Are we there yet? We are. Okay. We are at the Venus trine Neptune. Super creative, I mean, Venus in Scorpio is all about being passionate, and creative and all of those things. And we also have Mercury in Scorpio making his way in. So, I mean, communication. You've got to have the difficult conversations with yourself, with your partner, with your coworker, with your boss, with maybe your higher self. Maybe you need to have a conversation with someone from the other side. Maybe you need to tune into your psychic mediumship ability. Serious. Um, all of those things. So caring for yourself during this time is going to be allowing whatever emotion, because wellness is not just about physical well-being and nutrition and exercise and all of the things and how much protein you can shove into your protein coffee. I haven't tried it. I've been tempted to, but anyway. But it's not just about how much protein you get in the day, it's also how open and willing you are to face your shadow emotions, your dark emotions, your anger, your resentment, your rage, your sadness, your grief, your all of those things. And are you willing to talk about them with the people that need to be, that need to have those conversations with? Again, if you're with a partner and you're moving through something, and, how willing are you and how willing is your partner to be receptive to have those conversations and talk about what's really bugging you, what's really a problem or what's really working and why you really love your partner and why you really want to make it work or don't work, right? So we have like 30 days left of Pluto in Capricorn. So something is definite, and we're also, again, as I've said so many times, we're in this, Neptune in Pisces, Saturn in Pisces. They both leave Pisces starting next year, around March, I think March and May, respectively. I believe Neptune leaves first and then Saturn, but they'll come back into Pisces. So we're not quite done with this Pisces, Aries, leap between Neptune and Saturn, and they'll officially be in Aries by early 2026. So, here we are. This is what I have been hopefully preparing you for all of 2024 is we're here now. Aries is an initiation. It's an initiator. It's called a cardinal sign for a reason. It's also a fire sign. So you're going to want to hone and harness the fire within yourself. Feel into that Venus and Scorpio, Mercury and Scorpio, those passions, your creativity. I'll talk more about it when we get to Scorpio season, but the lower octave or the lower vibe of Scorpio is sexual intimacy. The higher frequency or the higher vibration of Scorpio is deep creativity and deep emotional feeling. It is the sacral chakra. It's the emotional center of our body. And so the lower frequency is, Scorpios sleep around, right? Maybe I do, maybe, possibly, I don't know. I'm not accusing. But the higher frequency is you learn how to manage your emotions. You feel your emotions. That's why Scorpios are so intimate. They've got to know. They're the detective. They want to know the nitty-gritty details. Okay. So that's what we're dealing with this full moon is it feels like a pressure cooker because it is, and you're on the release valve. You're the one who can release it. You're the one who can, say no more or say, here's how I want it to go, or here's what I actually want to be up to. Here's what I want to practice being, and actually practice it. If you want to get healthy and lose weight and do all of the things, it's not going to happen if you sit and watch fitness videos all day. It's only going to happen if you start working towards 5 or 10,000 steps a day, or go to the gym and lift weights, or have weights at home, or whatever. Eat healthier. Learn how to eat healthier. If you want to learn how to manage your emotions, you're going to have to be emotional. You're going to have to feel your feelings. And if that means that you have some rage within you, or resentment, or grief, or sadness, or anger, you've got to let it go. Whether that's punching, or kickboxing, or, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, or judo, or something like that. Go let that shit out on the mat. I guarantee you it'll wipe your ass out. If it's a good class anyway. But the same thing holds true for anything. If you want it to go differently, you're the one who gets to choose that and take the action towards it. If you want to be a better writer, write. If you want to be a better runner, run. If you want to be a better mathematician, do math every day. Have fun with that. More power to you. If you want to be a better artist, make your art every day. Invest in your medium. Don't get Crayola colored pencils, but get the Prismacolor. They're the best, right? If you want to be like Bob Ross, buy the Bob Ross coloring book, or buy the Bob Ross. Does he still have classes? Like, did somebody still teach classes like he did? Anyway, my point is if you want to do the thing, do the thing. Invest in it. That's how you get out of this pressure cooker. This pressure cooker doesn't change on November 5th when we have the next election. This pressure cooker doesn't change by you making more money, or you doing this, or you doing that. Yes, those things can happen as a result of, but it comes back to how you feel. Now, that being said, not everybody watches astrology videos. One second. Let's see if I can do this without. There you go. Okay. Not everybody watches astrology videos. Not everybody, works with personal development. So know that this might be a very, very outrageous full moon. Okay. This is an Aries full moon with a solid, pretty significant cardinal cross tension. Okay. There's a lot of tension. It's building hard. And so be aware that I feel like my lighting is really effed up and I'm so sorry. But be aware that not everybody is paying attention to their emotional state. Most people don't look at emotional intelligence. Most people don't study astrology. Okay. Most people don't work with a coach. And I highly recommend as we move forward that you get a support person, whatever that looks like for you to have on hand for support. Okay. This is driving me nuts. Sorry. I'm like in the moment changing my lighting. There we go. That's a little bit better. So anyway, please take care of yourself. It's fire energy, so stay hydrated, drink a lot of water. It's fire energy, so ground yourself, right? It's also a lot of initiative energy. So a lot of things could, full moons tend to take things away, right? They tend to illuminate things that are ready to be gone. And you already probably know what needs to go or what needs to change or what's got to give for you to move forward. So, anyway, I hope that's helpful. So yeah, so this is the new format. It's wellness astrology, and all of the things. And I will, of course, be, trying to focus more on wellness pieces parts of astrology. Aries does rule the head, so you might be headachy if you don't drink enough water, right? You could get dehydrated if you don't drink enough water. It's also fast moving energy. So again, having outlets for your emotions might be necessary and important. What else? Nourish yourself, obviously. Cool, maybe like eating some cool things like salad or coleslaw or something like that could cool you down. Yeah. So fresh fruits and vegetables. But your way out of this is you. So go ahead and feel free to check out the sun and rising signs down below. It's linked below for Libra season, and it'll give you, there's timestamps on it so that you can find your sun and rising sign, and take a look at how this may or may apply to you more directly. And of course, if you want a transit reading, those are available. The wellness astrology reading is available. Yeah. What's we got? King of Starships upright. Yeah, having your emotional wits about you, being fully able to express your emotions safely, in a harnessed way, but being responsible about your emotions, being responsible about your expression, and whatnot. So yeah, let's get a clarifier just to hammer it home. Okay, the Hanged Man in reverse. This is Lieutenant Barkley in reverse. You're the one keeping yourself hung. You're the one keeping yourself strangled. Like you're the one holding yourself back. If it were upright, it would be something the universe is doing to hold you back. It's in reverse. So we're talking about you are the one holding you back. You're the one that's not saying the damn thing that needs to be said to whomever. You're the one that's not taking the action needed to move your projects forward, to move your relationship forward. You're the one not saying the thing. You're the one not taking the action. So you're the one that's holding you back. I mean, that's literally where we are right now. We can't blame system structures and all that because that shit's all collapsing. Now, are there circumstances that are going to affect you? Yes. But you're the one that gets to choose how you respond and react to that. So the shit's going to constantly be changing. Maybe you saw my in real life video of Union Station in Chicago. Y'all, I used to live in Chicago. I used to live in the suburbs of Chicago. And therefore, I took Metra and Amtrak all the time. And I used to get to the station 2 hours ahead of time, so I knew my way around. I always had time to kill. I always had time to explore. I knew my way around. And this last time going to Union Station, I'm telling you, I didn't know where anything was. Everything's closed. Everything's under construction. There's only like 2 entrances open. And I was like, what the what? We all have to adapt. We all have to move about, right? I can tell this lighting's driving me nuts because I keep adjusting and it's not working. I'll fix it for the next video, though. All right. So in the Woodland Wardens, we got the hawk and the, is that the thistle? Yep. Hawk and thistle. And this is graceful persistence. Yep. Graceful persistence. And this isn't like gracefulness as in how the figure skater executes a triple Lutz or a triple loop, right? This isn't about a gymnast executing the perfect balance beam routine. While those are beautiful and those are graceful, but like how you do something graceful might just be how you choose to respond differently than you did yesterday. That could be graceful to you. Showing yourself compassion might be simply saying to yourself that it's okay when yesterday you told yourself it sucks. That's graceful. It's all these little steps forward to make a situation go differently than it did yesterday or even earlier today. Okay. All right. That's what I got for this Aries full moon. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I appreciate you all so much. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I appreciate you, and thank you for joining me. If you are returning astrology viewer, then I appreciate you, and I thank you for continuing to be here and following my journey. And I hope that wellness astrology is something that we can all sort of tap into and tune into. I know a lot of us do fitness stuff, and some of us are just on health journeys to feel good. And I'm here for all of it. And so thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you on the next video. Bye for now.